Thank you. The year we are entering is very important to us as a nation, and it's important that we begin to provide some very strategic advisory for our brethren. And this session is powered by the CRM Security Department under the leadership of our regional overseer. So we are very, very grateful, and our headman is actually the best to learn. Quickly give us the next slide so that we hit the road running. CRM brethren are to be guided by the following seasonal and pre-election security advisory. The polity is quite heated due to increased crime rate and political attrition. Hence, brethren are advised to be extra cautious and vigilant. Always watch both your back and your front. It's very important. Travels to the southeast and movement within should be with circumspection, avoiding Mondays in view of the IPOP sit-at-home order. Around the southeast region, you know, we've been having that for more than a year running. So you need to be guided and don't just move around the way you want. The world, though a global village, it might actually not be a village the way you think. Praise the Lord. Avoid staying out late, and this is from late travels, particularly to high-risk areas of Nigeria, such as the southeast, the northwest, and the northeast, including other isolated localities, particularly like Niger State. They are full glare red zones that you need to take caution about. Don't just move around. Do something and be more conscious with it. It will help you and then reduce our prayer point. Avoid electionary campaigns and discussion that degenerate into heated argument and queries. We are not unconscious that a lot of us have a lot of political affiliation to one party or the other. But importantly, just be guided with the environment you find yourself. This is very important because there are some persons who don't want you to mention the name of the other side. And if you do, you become the direct, immediate victim of violence, or you could actually be killed. I want us to be very, very cautious. Next slide, please. Underage children should not be allowed to stay away from safe positions and locations. These safe positions and locations could actually mean homes. It could be caregiver. When we mean underage, we actually mean children in primary or in junior secondary school. In fact, even in senior secondary school. Because I remember vividly a situation where certain children, stray away, and it became a very major issue in October. So I want us to be cautious and take very careful note of that. Next slide. For your children in day schools, get to know their teachers and authorities. And next, please, just keep informed and verify information on school extracurriculum activities. And where possible, attend those activities or get someone to represent you to track your child or your children's movement. Many times, children get missing after closing. And part of the major excuse those teenagers will tell you is that we have some extracurriculum activities. And before you know it, somebody is declared missing, and one thing leads to the other, it becomes an emergency. So I want us to keep an eye on that. You can take note of it. Consider escorting any underage child to school, or ensure there is a group escort if it's possible. We know our city is very busy, and our brethren also are always busy. But don't be busy such that you create a situation. Now, next, avoid peddling rumors and disseminating of unverified, gruesome online messages. I actually want you to underline that word, gruesome. Those very frightening pictures you display, you just get it from one platform, and before you know it, you are forwarded to more than 10 platforms where you belong to. Be careful. You are not the originator of such information. You can actually invite trouble to yourself. So if you must forward such messages, there are administrators in every platform. Verify from them. And if necessary, keep it. It is for your personal view. That's why it's sent to your phone. It's not just really for public consumption. Praise the Lord. Stay close to official channels of information and share verified information with brethren, relations, and acquaintances. Verify information. We keep emphasizing verify information. And many of us, we only do WhatsApp and Facebook. We don't care about what the news is talking about. We don't know whether there is a bomb a bomb detonation somewhere. We don't even care whether there is a threat, a news that has gone viral that you need to be careful of certain routes. Please let your ears be open, not just for news carrying, but also to educate and keep yourself and your close fellow very, very safe. My SO will bear me witness. Sometimes I see a flash, I could either make a call to DSS for verification or force headquarters, and then I will say, please, let's take note of XYZ. I never send anything to any platform. If any information comes, I either send it to my Director of Security for verification or to DSS because I have some men, or to police, or from my pastor who will actually disseminate it as appropriate. Not because I don't want to, but caution is necessary. Know your neighborhood and neighbors. Join your neighborhood associations and contribute to meaningfully and volunteer to serve in any meaningful position. It is a gross error for you not to know your environment. Know your next door neighbor. Know what he does for a living. The kind of business he runs. If not, if he's a bad guy, the day the security agencies come for raiding, you might not be spared. But if you knew before time, and you are the one that actually sent that little information to the police, I'm suspicious of this, I'm suspicious, you will be careful. Sometimes ago, those times I was living somewhere, and the next door, somebody very close was always making phone call, 10, 11, 12, 10, 11. So I called the policeman and said, I'm suspicious of this guy. And before we know it, he was picked. Later, DSS said that he was part of the people bringing in the Boko Haram. He was always feeding information, giving this information out. Let's be careful. Keep your family regularly informed of your movement outside your home, particularly when traveling out of town or public transport or air. Next, please. When you take off and when you arrive at your destination, including the name of the bus line if possible, car registration numbers, and names of driver. This is very important. Don't play with it. I think this is self-explanatory. Next, never go to bed without airtime in your phone so that in the event of emergency, you can make calls to seek help or offer assistance. It is called emergency because you are not informed before it happened. Therefore, be guided. Communication is key in safety and security. Next. Is that all? Okay. Where you own a car, never go to bed with your car fuel tank empty for possible emergency response. You can either help yourself or your neighbor, or somebody could be in one end of the town and say, please, I have emergency, I can't move. You can zoom off to the place and rescue that situation. Very important. Get to know and publish in your home key emergency phone numbers. Your pastor is part of the hotline that you should have. The police, your neighborhood or community security coordinator, your doctor. And in this regard, doctor and hospital, I would like you, either as the head of the family or whoever that is leading at a time, know the blood group in your fingertips. Know the genotype at your fingertips. Those are questions they will always ask. Praise the Lord. And then the fire service, in case you have fire that exceeds the first aid fire equipment. And I'm sure many of us seated, if we begin to check your house, there's no fire extinguisher. Go get one. If you don't know how to get one, ask Pastor Awan and he will let you know what you need. This is very key. Thank you. Always think security.